Good evening and welcome to the Monday, February 9th, 2026 meeting for the city of Lamar. I am Mayor Kirk Crespin. As you can tell, I have getting over a little bit of a cold, so it's going to be a short meeting for me. Hopefully we can zip right through everything and move right along. We have a lot of exciting news tonight. I'm excited to share some news about our grocery store tonight, later in the meeting, as well as just take care of our city business. So we're just going to cut to the chase and move right along, and we'll start off with our invocation. Looks like we have Pastor Schleining for our invocation. There's the microphone there.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day that you've given us. We thank you for the wonderful city that we live in. We thank you for the council that takes their time out and volunteers to do the work of the city and to keep it running. We thank you for each of the people that are in the departments that do the different work, and we just pray that you bless them as they do that work. Bless the decisions that are made tonight, that they might be to your will. In Jesus' name, amen.
Councilman Zavala, would you lead us in the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the time is now 7:01 p.m. I will call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Joe Gonzalez.
Here.
Mark Headley.
Here.
Jerry Jenkins. Kirk Crespin.
Here.
David Zavala.
Here.
Brad Johnson.
Here.
Brent Bates.
In the flesh.
Kristen Swartz.
Here.
Mitch Hammes.
Here.
Lance Clark.
Here.
Okay, we do have one item that we need to adjust on the agenda. We had a last minute item turn in for the consideration of the approval of the Lamar Days annual car show request. That is going to be on item number 9. Actually, that'll be on item number 7, and we'll move miscellaneous down from 7 to 8, and then the executive session 8 to 9. So with the council's approval, I'd like to add that to the agenda under item number 9.
Is there any way we can move it to 1 so Mr. Cook doesn't have to stay for the whole meeting?
She's already set it all up in her system for the last
Can't move it.
add-on,
Okay.
so
Sorry, Ron.
we'll hopefully get through it very quick.
I make a motion to approve the agenda with the modification.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to add the agenda item to number 7. All those in favor signify with an aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Joe and Brad.
Brad. Unanimous in favor of.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. Has everybody had an opportunity to review the consent agenda? Were there items that needed to be separated?
I didn't see any.
So I do need to point out that the minutes that were laid in front of you are the correct minutes from January 26th and the utility minutes from January 13th.
Okay.
So, and I've changed the dates on the consent agenda.
Okay. All right. So do we need to make the motion with those changes?
That would be great.
Okay. So we would need a motion to approve the consent agenda with the changes as submitted by the city clerk. Do we have a motion?
I'll move to accept the minutes with the addendums.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any final discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify with an aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Unanimous in favor of?
Next item on the agenda is the public comment portion of the meeting. During this portion of the meeting, anyone may speak on any subject that does not appear on the agenda. Individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each, and that is at the discretion of the council. Is there anyone here that would like to speak to the council on an item? Seeing none, we will move on to the next item on the agenda, which is the city treasurer's report. Kristen?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. For my grants update, I wanted to give everyone the good news. We had applied for some community project funding for our wastewater treatment plant. It was Congresswoman Bobert's community project funding, and we were awarded $1 million and that will go towards the wastewater treatment plant construction. So it was exciting and one step closer on that. So we've already got meetings planned in the next couple of weeks to get together with JVA and the team to start laying some of that out. So we're excited about that. For the Tyler update, we had a very excruciating couple of weeks of rollout for the utility billing module. It was pretty intense, but today is a breath of fresh air. We did finally get the bills out. We're working this week to get the online bill pay portal up. We have a new online bill pay portal that we've been working on. Tom and I did the required training on Friday to finish that side of it up. So we're working diligently this week to try to get that up for the customers. So we're going to get that out to everybody as soon as it's up and running and they can start using the online bill pay. So next steps is some more training for staff now at a staff level on adding accounts, changing accounts, doing different things like that. So my staff is involved. I've got our main person, Tony, and her backup test that will be starting that so that they're fully trained by the next utility billing cycle so we can get that out. So that's been a busy time for us. I also wanted to tonight give a little HR update. I thought it would be a good idea during session to maybe just promote that we do have several openings for the city of Lamar that are being advertised through our department and the city. And so they're out on Facebook. We do have the communications and PR specialist still open. The facilities manager is open, but we are setting up some interviews. Mitch has got those set up. So if he successfully finds someone, we will close that one. We have the recreation supervisor position still open, and they have also got interviews planned, I believe, for tomorrow. So that's exciting too. So we'll leave that one open to make sure that they have a successful find on that one as well. We have 911 dispatcher positions open. We have 2, so we're taking applications on that. We have deputy public works still open and maintenance seniors for public works. We're getting ready to do a push. I sent information to communications today to get it out for all of our seasonal pool positions. We have 4 of those. We do a manager position, assistant manager. We have a head lifeguard and a lifeguard in concessions position. So we're excited to get that out and get that rolling. And then we also have seasonal parks and cemeteries that we'll be advertising, getting out this week, and possibly one for the GIS department. So we're working on those 3. So those are all coming up. So I thought it would be a nice opportunity to get those out during a public meeting so people have another way to hear about all of the opportunities. And they can go online on the city's website and fill out an application and get more information on each of those positions, or applications are available at the administrator's office with Mary, and then down at the cashier's office downstairs. So we have also just hand applications, paper applications that people can pick up.
Awesome. That's great.
And that was all I had for this evening, unless you guys have questions for me.
I don't have any, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Seeing none, we will move on to the city clerk's report.
Again, have nothing.
Okay. Moving on to the city administrator report.
All right, thank you, Mayor and Council. We have a very busy weekend this weekend. Friday, February 13th is the Tidy Tales Pet Parlor grand opening from 11 to 1. They're at 125 South Main Street, and the ribbon cutting will be at 11:30. On Saturday, February 14th, SDS is having their third annual Sweetheart Dance at the Elks Lodge from 6 to 10. Tickets are available at the door, $10 for singles, $15 for couples. Also Saturday, February 14th, the Valentine's Sock Hop Dance, all ages at the Lamar Resources and Senior Center, 6 to 10. It's free for all, and there's dance lessons at 5 o'clock. From an operations or a department perspective, you're going to hear from some of our departments tonight, which is exciting. The building department moved to the Community Resource Center today. And so that was it was a very, I'm going to say a very smooth process because I didn't get any phone calls with any fires burning. So that's a good thing. I did make a visit over, and just with any move, there's lots of boxes and stuff going on, but I believe that operations weren't impacted and people were still able to come in if they needed that. It'll give us just a better opportunity to serve our community from that location. And super excited that that's going on. The location that they were previously occupying is the floors are being redone, walls painted, that kind of stuff. And that will be repurposed for more space here in this building. I did receive the final report of the strategic implementation plan from Dot Miller over the weekend. I reviewed it briefly, but I will be sending that out to everybody individually tomorrow via email so you can see. And that will be added to our project dashboard so that we are reporting for all of the champions that are responsible for each of those and the collaborators that are on each of those strategic projects, so that we don't just take that report and say, wow, that was fun, and put it on the shelf and look at it in 15 years or 10 years and wonder why we didn't do anything. It's something we're going to look at least quarterly, most likely monthly during our director meetings, and make sure that we're making progress on all those so we can keep moving forward. And I'm open to any questions if you have any.
You answered them in the work session, so I'm good.
Okay, good.
Same here. I don't have any, Mitch. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Sure.
All right, moving right along. Reports and correspondence from the council. Do we have any reports from the council? We'll start off with Joe.
I don't have anything to report tonight for the council.
Mark?
Just two things, and Mitch had mentioned this. One of the committees that I serve on is the Senior Center Committee, and they do have the Valentine's, the sock hop dance. One comment I hear from people, various means, is there's nothing to do in Lamar. Well, this sounds like something great to do. This sounds wonderful with kids. They have dance lessons. They have food, drink, all ages welcome. You know, listening to my dad who grew up in the 50s, sock hops were the thing to do. And this would be a wonderful thing to take kids to. I think, you know, not only just with the seniors that'll be there, but just with the community, food and dance instruction. It sounds like it's going to be a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. The other one was I received this. There's also a low-cost spay and neuter clinic that's coming to Lamar March 12th and 15th. I got this on social media. It's being hosted here in Broward County. And I believe this was on Facebook. This is where it was given to me. It's a good thing we do have animals. We do have some people are concerned a dog issue, cat issue. One of the reasons dogs and cats will wander is because they're not spayed neutered. This clinic right here, they do vaccines and microchip. And they also will do pain medication and other post-op care. You do have to register for this. Isn't just kind of come as you have to register your animal. And it sounds like a great thing. $25 to spay a cat, or even $35 to spay a dog is. I talked to my daughter who works up in Fort Collins. She said, "Dad, is a heck of a deal." So, and they're coming here to Lamar. So I think if they have a good turnout for that, they'll probably be back again. So that's another thing. You can find that on social media. Other than that, that's all.
Okay. David?
I don't have much. I did have one to congratulate the Lamar Chamber of Commerce. I didn't get to make the banquet on the 30th, but they did have, every year they do celebrate the Lamar citizens and businesses who go above and beyond. Will be recognized. It's for the Citizen of the Year, Beverly Augustine Business of the Year, Upcoming New Business of the Year, Young Professional of the Year, and introduction of the 2026 board officers. I didn't get to get the names of the individuals that got nominated for it, but I just wanted to put it out there and congratulate them on their awards. And that's all I have.
Okay. Brad?
Don't have anything.
Brent?
Water Advisory Board meets Thursday. As a reminder, Southeast Colorado Cancer Initiative's 2026 Fight Night will be July 18th out at the Pavilion at the Fairgrounds. And we are bringing back the golf tournament that everyone loved up until 2019, and COVID ended that. So August 1st will be the SECCI four-man scramble. So four-person scramble. Women welcome too.
Okay. All right. With that said, we're going to move on to new business and we'll see if we can zoom right through these. First item on the agenda is the assignment of a private hangar development agreement. This is initiated by Patrick Mason. Pat, would you like to speak on this?
Sure. Good evening, Mayor and Council. This should be a pretty simple, straightforward. What it amounts to is Dean Reed was one of the first people that took advantage of the private hangar development at the airport that we offered back in 2014. He's asked to sell the hangar to Dean Jaggers, and along with that, of course, we'd have to transfer the private hangar development agreement, the remainder of the 40-year term on it for the land lease. So in that original agreement, I believe it was paragraph 6, does allow for council to approve the transfer of that land lease to a different party. And I know Lance actually took a long, hard look, and you actually come up with the agreement for both Dean Reed and Dean Jaggers to sign to transfer the lease agreement. So
Yeah, essentially a assignment agreement of that original agreement. So that's what, it would just be a continuation of what's already in place with new owners. And payments and everything else will just shift to the new owner.
Okay. I do see that in there under item number 6. So that's as well as item number 2 on the new one for transferability. Any questions from the council? Do we have none? Do we have a motion?
Make a motion to approve the assignment of the development agreement for private hangar to Dean Jaggers per the terms and conditions of the agreement.
We'll second it.
So we have a motion and a second to approve the assignment of the development agreement. Any final questions? Seeing none, all those in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Joe?
Gonna need a battery, Linda.
Unanimous in favor of?
All right. Next item on the agenda is the Earth Scopes Geodetic Monitoring Station Land Use Lease Agreement. This is also from Pat.
yeah, so hopefully this one will be pretty quick too. So apparently back in 2004, a NAVCO entered into an agreement, a permit, more or less. I think Jeff Anderson, the city administrator at the time, had signed it. And more or less what it was for a GPS monument, which measures ground shifts caused by earthquakes and slow fault slip between earthquakes. And so it's kind of like a detection station, I think, for them. So they had realized in 2017 that agreement had expired. Of course, they just reached out to me at the end of the year, last year, saying, hey, can we renew this agreement? And they'd like for it to be retroactive back to, I think it was October of 2017. And then it would go through to October 1st of 2032. So I know also on this, Lance did an addendum on it where we, I think he covered the Tabor issues. And then also one of the things that we wanted to make clear to them is that they can't just show up at the airport and drive across active runways to, do maintenance on their equipment. They have to call in advance and then be accompanied while they're out on the airfield to get over to their equipment. So I thought Lance did a good job at the addendum addressing all those concerns. So, and they did sign it actually. So
They've already agreed to it, the changes that Lance has made.
yes.
Okay. Have you had any issues with this? I mean,
I have not.
Didn't even know it was out there.
I got to be honest with you. I didn't even know it existed. So since then I've went out and looked at it. It is there. It's over near the weather station out there. So it is out of the way and but not really an issue. I've never known of any issues with it. So.
Okay. Council,
Make a motion to approve land lease agreement with Earthscope Consortium.
I'll second that.
okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the land lease
In the addendum.
and allow the mayor to sign. Oh, and the
And
addendum.
allow the mayor to sign.
I'll second that.
Okay. Any final questions? Seeing none, all those in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Unanimous in favor of?
Thank you.
Okay. Agenda item number 3 is designation of representative to the county health pool. This is initiated from our HR department, Kristen
Yes, sir.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Kristen?
This is something annually that we do. The CHP asks us to designate an individual as its official representative to attend all county health pool meetings. So when they get ready to send out our new rates and everything, and then to send monthly invoices and general correspondence too. So in the past, we've designated the HR manager as that designee. And then this year, I also added myself as alternate in the current situation. It makes things a lot easier if I can get the correspondence as well. So we're just asking you to approve that designation.
Okay. So Margaret will remain the designated correspondent, and
Yes,
you'll
sir.
be the alternate.
Yes.
Okay. Just need a motion or questions.
Make a motion to designate the HR manager as the city of Lamar representative to the county health pool and list Kristen Schwartz as the alternate.
And I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any final discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Unanimous in favor of?
Agenda item number 4 is to ratify approval to renew option technology software. This is a software that is being used for our meetings, the voting system, and it was needing to be renewed before this meeting. So there was a phone poll taken, and this is the ratification of the phone poll in open session. As you can see, all the council members voted yes by phone poll, but we will need to ratify that. Any questions? Seeing none, do we have a motion?
Make a motion to ratify approval to renew the option technology software for 1 year in the amount of $718.11.
Second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve this options technology software for 1 year in the amount of $718.11. All those in favor signify with an eye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Unanimous in favor of?
Next item on the agenda, was brought up at the last meeting as an introduction, but now we are bringing it back for the actual FlixBus service agreement. This is the alternate or the interstate transportation provider between Dallas and Denver, who will be establishing a through stop in Lamar, Colorado, twice a day to unload and load passengers on their Dallas-Denver route. So this is the service agreement that would allow us to become a stop.
Yes, so what we're looking for tonight is the approval for the mayor to sign this service agreement. It allows the FlixBus operator to stop twice a day on Beach, just south across the street from the Welcome Center. And then it doesn't cost the city any money. It doesn't, we're just responsible for maintaining that area, making sure that it's free from trash and light and that kind of stuff. And then once this agreement is signed, then they will put us in touch with their PR people so we can start using their resources to promote that Lamar is a stop for the FlixBus.
There was a question at the last meeting where somebody was asking why we suggested or recommended having the stop downtown in Lamar at the Welcome Center rather than at Pit Stop or at TA or one of the other north side businesses. The reason why is I was recommending that, and I think Mitch and I talked about this, was because the stops are at 3:30 in the afternoon and at 11:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday. Because of the time frame, that leaves it open for businesses like Brewing to Others, Daylight Donuts, Quiznos, and many others downtown to have the opportunity to maybe possibly capture that business. So we could have, yes, we could have moved it to TA where the Greyhound bus currently stops. But we thought we would try to capture some of that business in our downtown area with our downtown merchants. So just to answer that question, I wanted to put that out there. If the council had any questions on it.
I think that's a good idea too, to just separate, especially at TA, it's busy.
Mhm.
Just regular traffic, the occasional semi truck that gets caught in the, so I think this is just gonna be safer for people too, if they have to wait for the bus.
And we have that parking area right behind the Brew in the Shore Arts Center Park where if people are getting dropped off or picked up, it's just makes more sense.
And the Welcome Center is open.
Right, the Welcome Center.
This is just a stopover for them to get out and stretch their legs, switch buses.
Yeah, it's a through stop, so the bus will be there 15 minutes roughly each time it comes through. So
Right,
people,
she said, and they were gonna try to extend that, but that wasn't guaranteed. They were gonna try to, is that right?
right, this is the initial phase. If there's greater demand for people getting on the bus in Lamar or getting off or something like that, it could expand to a longer stop, which is what we would love. So people get off and go explore Lamar.
And Lance, have you had a chance to look over the service agreement?
I did review the agreement. I don't see an issue with it. I had a conversation with Mitch about what I was seeing, but I'm speaking with him, I have no further issues.
Okay,
Well, based upon that information, I make a motion to approve the service agreement and allow the mayor to sign.
Second that.
okay, we have a motion and a second. Any final questions? Seeing none, all those in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Unanimous in favor of?
Okay. Agenda item number 6 is the approval for an economic development incentive agreement with Colorado Food Stores, Inc. We do have, and I didn't see the.
It's
printed copy.
right here. I was going to pass it
And
down.
amount.
Can you?
We do
just
have
take one
some
and pass it down?
modifications to this incentive agreement. The only modifications really that we have are the names and the locations and addresses of the individuals. When we very first started, there were some questions on how it would be structured. This new change, there is no other change to the economic development agreement. Well, there are some modifications and Mitch can discuss those. But rather than being Colorado Food Stores, Inc., the company is called Prowers County Market. And Prowers County Market is kind of an interesting story because back in 1970, FB McKay took over the first grocery stores here in Lamar for IGA and Orchard Plaza, which later became Prowers County Market at 906 East Olive here in Lamar. His daughter Denise Brown grew up working in the same store and eventually opened her own grocery store with her husband, Hugh Brown. They raised their sons in Lamar, but where the boys also spent their childhood helping their parents and Grandpa FB's stores. In 1998, FB sold Prowers County Market to Safeway and he retired. Landon Brown is FB's grandson and Denise's second son. And he's managed his first grocery store in 2009 with the opening of the First Choice Market in Walsenburg. Landon and his wife Elizabeth have 3 children. They've been eager to continue the family legacy in a place they call home. They've really focused on the future. We've met with them multiple times. We were very excited within a week of hearing about the closing of Safeway. We were in touch with Hugh and Denise Brown, and they were very interested. And Joe Iola, the mayor in La Junta, and I began working with them on trying to do incentive agreements similar to this one tonight to try to attract them into investing that money, which is a significant amount of money to restore the Safeway store and the Safeway store in La Junta. The other son, Nolan Brown, will be running the La Junta Safeway store, and they'll be calling that Augie's. But Landon really wanted to bring back the history and continue to own and run County Market just as his grandfather did. So we're very excited and very pleased to welcome Landon and Elizabeth to Lamar, Colorado to open up Prowers County Market. And that's what this is for. For those who are listening, they have published their new website, which is prowerscountymarket.com. And It is available. If you are interested in submitting an application, you can go on there. It is a very basic site as of right now. It is their very first version of this site. They will be expanding it further in the near future, but just to get started and just to allow people to apply and learn about the Prowers County market, they wanted to get this site published and opened. So we are very excited to welcome them into the community, and we're looking forward to working with them. With that said, now we have our Economic Development Incentive Agreement, which is similar to what Lahaina will be doing with some changes, but we'll be working with them to try to finalize these. So we did try to do this in unison with Lahanta so that we were able to offer the same thing for both stores. Would you like to take over on this?
Sure. So one of the struggles with opening a grocery store, from what I understand, especially when you're taking over a location, there's a lot of capital expense, a lot of upfront expense. And so that's why we want to offer an incentive package, because we need another grocery store in town. And with the history of Prowers County Market and the Brown family, it's a great fit. It fits with the other economic development opportunities we're striving for to keep Lamar unique and keep Lamar an identifiable place, not just where it's all chain stores and that kind of stuff. So what came down today, the agreement is basically the same. If you look on page 4, there's a table of tax years, estimated sales taxes, the percent that would be estimated percent that would be sent back to the Brown family or to the Prowers County market. Go ahead.
So similar to our other incentives, this is performance-based. We're not writing them a check just to write them a check. This is performance-based on a sales tax revenue sharing, where if they do not sell anything, they don't collect any sales tax, and of course, they don't receive anything as a benefit. However, we tried to structure it over a 5-year period, 5.5-year period, due to the time frame that they're in the middle of the year. And our goal was to shoot for 10% of their overall investment into the community. So their project is actually going to be closer to 3.5 to 4 million is what they're looking at as an investment on estimate, if not a little bit more. But we're trying to get into this range to where we can work with them on this sales tax revenue incentives. So.
Thank you.
Sorry.
This is the first time I've got to introduce a sales tax incentive program, so I'm eager for questions. But what we did is we took you'll notice year 1, the estimated sales taxes to be paid is $148,000. And that is because they're going to open in May or June. So we're looking at half a year. And that's why we decided a 5.5-year period, because then that way they're able to capture all of the first 5 years. And then every year thereafter, for year 2, 3, 4, 5, and then into year 6, the percentage that we rebate of their sales tax decreases. And you can see that table there. Anything I'm missing? Any questions?
These numbers were based off of the last 4 years of Safeway. So we used Safeway sales tax revenue that did not include grocery and did not include pharmacy. These were all taxable items that Safeway had received over the last 5 years. So we used, and I have it in the incentive agreement. I was looking for where that is. On 4.01, incentive calculation and award, it used 3 calendar years, the remainder of 2025, all of 24, and all of 23 as the basis for us determining the approximate amount of the incentive. So when we look at their sales tax for the year, that $222,000 is what we had received on average during those 3 years. So that's where those numbers are estimating coming from. Just thought I could help with that.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I think it's a great incentive for them and also for our community to have a much needed business open up here and serve all of us. I think that's all I have to to present on this unless you have questions.
I just have one quick question. So I'm assuming year 6, the reason it's a lesser amount, it's just for half the year also to make up for the year 1, half the year. Is that what that is?
I think that's a typo. That year 6 should be
Should it be
two,
222?
it should be
also?
222. We were looking at a lot of different options and one was trying to say, okay, the first 6 months of year 6, but then the math didn't work out. So that year 6 estimated sales tax to be paid should be 222.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. So.
Okay.
So then that would also change the final number as well.
Right. That final number, the estimated sales tax to be remitted would be 22,200. It's just twice.
And you helped develop this incentive contract, is that right? Mitch, or Lance, or did
Lance.
you review it? Have you reviewed it, I guess?
The only thing that changed since Lance reviewed was that table with the year 1 through 6
And the address?
and the address.
Same agreement. The table was different. That's why I was curious.
Okay. Okay. What would the council like to do?
Make a motion to approve the Economic Development Incentive Agreement with Colorado Food Stores, DBA Prowers County Market as presented.
It would actually be Prowers County Market, Inc. Sorry, that was the change,
That one.
the change of the name. So Prowers County Market, Inc.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the incentive agreement with Prowers County, Inc. All those in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Brad? Unanimous in favor of?
And I did forget to mention, they will have a bakery, a deli, of course, the regular butcher department, and a floral, and they are working on other items at this time, so hopefully it'll continue to be good. They will be doing some big refresh and remodel on the facility in the next couple of weeks, or they'll start within the next month. I believe they close the deal sometime next week, so looking forward to it. All right, moving right along. We have agenda item number 7, which is consider approval of the Lamar Days annual car show request. Ron Cook is here tonight to talk to us about the Lamar Days Rod Run.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, and staff.
Thank you.
I'm here again. It's time for our car show. Lamar Days Rod Run is working in conjunction with Lamar Chamber of Commerce on this event again. It starts May 15th and 16th. I'm requesting overnight camping for the May 15th, Friday evening, and not on Saturday evening. We're going to have the park cleared out on Saturday. So this will be for food vendors, mostly putting their trailers up on the street as we have the last couple of years. It's gave us more room for the car show. In conjunction with that, I can tell you, it's not Ron Cook putting this on. It is the citizens of Lamar putting this on, the merchants of Lamar. We have 4 different levels you could donate and be a sponsor to, and with door prizes. And we have about 81 of our merchants in the community participating in that. So it's been really good. This is our 30th year. I think that's a milestone for the area. You know, I have to thank the city. The park is always beautiful. People love the park. We've had it in another location a couple times, but we moved to the park. It's been fantastic. Vendor booths will be handled by the chamber. I will do the car show. The 15th, we have the No Booze Cruise. That was started with Lamar Police Department and the Colorado State Patrol. I couldn't tell you how many years ago. Fire Department Auxiliary, they do the poker run. Half of that money that is collected goes to whoever wins the poker hand. The other half goes to Lamar Fire Department for the fireworks fund. So it's a good benefit for the community. And just asking permission for us to do it one more time.
People come from all over the state for this.
We're actually getting people from 4 states.
Yeah. It's a big thing.
We just went out of town Saturday and met with another group. We go to different communities and have cruise-ins. And there was people there from 3 different states for the cruise-in. We had about 45 people go into a little town of 250 people in a restaurant. So, we meet all year round advertising this. We've actually got car shows that we attend that are also sponsoring this too, or giving us money. They're actually advertising this also in other parts of the state and in Kansas and in the edge of Oklahoma. So it's a good event. Lamar Rotary Club's involved. Don't forget to buy your Ducky Dash tickets. It needs to snow and it needs to rain, so do your dances because this is the driest we've been in a long time. But we're going to float ducks down the center of the park if everything works out for us. So maybe Pat has some connections that we can have water. So I think it's a good time. I think everybody enjoys it, and we welcome you to it. And I ask permission for the use of the park.
So we need to approve use of the park and approve overnight parking on the night of May 15th for the annual Lamar Days Rod Run.
I've just got 2 questions for you, Mr.
Okay.
Cook. Number 1, do you know who the proud owner of that GT 500 is on this?
Yes, I do.
Number 2 is, can I get a ride in that GT 500?
I'm not making any promises, but that car's coming out of Garden City, Kansas.
Yeah.
So, and it's immaculate.
It is. I love it. It's my favorite every year.
Yep.
I think the best we'll be able to do is my 71 Volkswagen.
Super close.
That's close. That's a tough one.
I make a motion to grant Mr. Cook the use of Willow Creek Park and approve overnight parking on the night of the 15th.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any final questions? Seeing none, all those in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Thank you very much. And I'm telling you, all the services of City of Lamar is awesome. And Lamar Fire Department, first responders, they make it happen too. So it's a special weekend. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, next item on the agenda is miscellaneous. Are there any miscellaneous items? I know we have to, we need to get somebody on the radio tomorrow morning. How did it go last time?
It went fine. I'd be willing to do it. I don't have any problems with doing it.
Anyone else?
I can't tell on my way to Pueblo possibly.
So you went to KVAY last time. Do you want to do KLMR this time?
Whatever. Either one's fine.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Were they ready for you? Were they?
Yeah.
They were
Oh, yeah.
ready?
Yeah, very receptive, very,
Okay.
no complaints at all. It was really good.
I think Jeremy was gonna do it next time, she said, but I'll have to make sure she does it next time.
Well, it's up, if she wants to do it.
No, I mean,
Oh, you mean, well,
just volunteer her.
so do you want me to do KLMR
If
then?
you could do KLMR tomorrow, I'll try to go in. If I have a voice, I'll try to get in there to KVAY.
Okay.
So unless anybody else is able to.
And same time, 7 o'clock?
All right. So we have somebody up for both the radio stations. Any other miscellaneous items? All right, seeing none, we do have a executive session on agenda item number 8 for discussion of personnel matters under Colorado Revised Statutes, section 246402, subsection 4, subsection F. This is for the annual evaluations of the city administrator, city clerk, city treasurer, municipal judge, and city attorney. There will be no decisions coming out of this executive session, but we will be having this executive session to discuss the plans for that. Do we have a motion to enter into the executive session?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to enter in the executive session. All those in favor signify with an eye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Unanimous in favor of?
As stated, we will not have a decision coming out of the executive session, so we will immediately close the executive session. Our next city council meeting will be on Monday, February 23rd, 2026 at 7 PM, and we hope to see you then. Thank you all for joining.